From the agent's point of view, we are going to describe the properties of environment. To have the clear idea of the properties with an example, you are welcome to Rain Computer. An environment is everything in the world which surrounds the agent. An environment can be described as a situation in which an agent is present. It is where agent lives, operate and provide the agent with something to sense and act upon it. An agent is anything that can be viewed as perceiving its environment through sensors and acting upon that environment through actuators. Now, from the agent's point of view, we are going to describe how the environment looks and appears and works for an agent. Based on how an agent perceives and acts upon the environment, we classify the environment as observable or partially observable environment, static or dynamic, discrete or continuous environment, deterministic or stochastic, can be either single agent or multi-agent environment, episodic or sequential, known or unknown, and finally accessible or inaccessible environment. Let us have a deep look into it. We are going to look into the properties of the environments with two examples, comparing with the two examples like chess game and the automated self-driven car. So, in a chess, if the agent sensor can access the complete state of environment at each point of time, so it is a fully observable environment. But if we consider the driving, it is partially observable because the environment is changing. If the environment can change itself while an agent is deliberating, then such environment is called dynamic environment. So when I speak about chess is going to be fully observable and the driving is partially observable. But the driving is dynamic in nature because the environment is changing. In discrete and continuous, if an environment there are a finite number of percepts and actions that can be performed within it, then we call such an environment as discrete. Otherwise, it is going to be continuous. You can easily guess the automated car is going to be continuous and the chess falls under the category discrete. If an agent's current state and selected action can completely determine the next state of the environment, such an environment is called deterministic environment, as in the chess game. A stochastic environment is random in nature and cannot be determined completely by an agent. So, the driving comes under the stochastic. If only one agent is involved in an environment and operating by itself, then such an environment is called single agent environment. If multiple agents are operating in it, we call that as a multi-agent environment. Here in the chess as well as in the self-driven car, we call both of them to be multi-agent only, because you can from the chess game you can easily identify it as multi-agent. The car, even though we are using the car, it is a single car we are mentioning, but it is not a single property, a single agent. It involves the steering, gear and brake, everything. So there are multiple agents in that. So self-driven car and chess both are multi-agent environment only. In an episodic environment, only the current percept is required for the action. However, in sequential environment, an agent requires memory of past actions to determine the next best actions. For known environment, outcomes for all actions are given. But in unknown environment, the agent will have to learn how it works in order to make good decision. The agent's sensory apparatus can have access to the complete state of the environment. Then we can call it as accessible to that agent. Here I classify the chess and the automated car. How it is in the chess game, every movements are fully observable and it is discrete and static, deterministic. One by one it is carried out so sequential and it involves various factors, various agents, so it is a multi-agent. Whereas in the automated car, it is partially observable since the agents have to work on an environment which is keep changing. It is continuous environment and it is dynamic, stochastic, randomly working, but the activities are sequential and it also involves multi-agent. Hope you like this video. To know about the agent properties, I have given the link in the description. Thanks for watching.